Hello everyone, my name is Marian Jamna and I am an international student from the Philippines studying Masters in Business. And today we are going to talk about the three riveting and exciting concepts of my choice relative to marketing dynamics. So to all of you, welcome to this vlog and hopefully you will learn something from this. Before I talk about my three concepts, which are business-to-business marketing, market segmentation, and consumer behavior, allow me to share with you my own definition of marketing. Marketing drives successful organization, but it is often misinterpreted and sometimes gets bad press. Critics use words like marketing gimmicks, ploys, tricks to undermine the salient effect that marketing can deliver. Now let's talk about the first concept, which is business-to-business marketing. Most people associate marketing with familiar consumer brands such as McDonald's, Nike's, Apple, Heinz, and the likes. But while these brands are ubiquitous and hard to ignore, they only represent a more visible tip of the iceberg. Most marketing efforts concern products and services that are sold to organizations, B2B, instead of consumers. Another characteristic of B2B marketing is that consumers buy products for the operation of their businesses, either to manufacture their own products or to sell them to another B2B consumers or just merely to support their own business operations. When Twinings, a producer of tea with a 300-year history, sells its famous teas through Sainsbury's to consumers, it engages in consumer marketing. But Twining, selling tea to Sainsbury's for the use of its company's restos, is an example of B2B marketing. B2B vendors are like the submerged part of the proverbial iceberg, invisible but providing the foundation for their more visible consumer marketing counterparts. And that's it about business-to-business marketing. Now let's go to market segmentation. The big question is, why is there a need to segment the market? And is it really necessary? And what are the gains if we do that? Market segmentation upholds four pillars, which are target market selection, tailored marketing mix, differentiation, opportunities, and threats. A lot of information are shown in the screen, but the objective is to identify a group of customers with similar requirements so that they can be served effectively. Example of tailored marketing selection is what Google did, that introduces new product offers to serve the functional needs of different target markets, such as Google Wallet for shoppers who want to buy while on the move, Google Plus, a social network providing alternative to Facebook, and Google Maps for smartphone users who want help in their navigation. Example of tailored marketing mix is BMW, who introduced the BMW i3, a high-performance but low-emission saloon car to serve a target market that wants a more sustainable mode of transport than a conventional carbon fuel car. Example of differentiation is that when Apple created the smartphone market with the launch of its first iPhone in 2007, bundling a new set of application and functionality into its mobile handset gave the iPhone the difference needed to attract a new generation of mobile users. For a while, Apple led the way, but now competition in this market is intense. Nearest rival Samsung sells smartphones that are technically similar, and so both firms are seeking ways to differentiate their offers. Opportunities and threats is just about spotting the market that has not been served or the underserved market. And best example of that is Zara, a fashion brand built on market opportunity to supply fashionable clothing to market quickly. Zara pioneered the concept of fast fashion, which means that new designs are available in weeks rather than the fashion industry standard of 6 months. The point is, market segmentation has to be done so that organization can shield and protect itself from its competition. Otherwise, there is really a threat everywhere. New entrants or other competitors who will serve the underserved market. Now let's go to consumer behavior. This concept is actually evolving and it's changing rapidly, and I want to focus my context on that. Global consumer culture simply means that there is an increased exposure to global corporations' marketing efforts. Many brands have adapted product names to fit with multinational understanding. For example, chocolate bar time became deemed to be recognized in wider European markets. Similarly, marathon chocolate bars, as they were known in the UK, became sneakers to align globally. Best example of co-creation of value is Whirlpool Home Appliances Everyday campaign, encouraging consumers to get involved and share their stories and thoughts via Twitter. These interactions enabled Whirlpool brand managers to discover the importance of clean clothes and that it can lead to better school attendance, and web, social media, and mobile channels are connecting us to the marketing messages and altering how consumers engage with firms. Digital natives are the anytime, anywhere, and always on consumers, from communications to posting reviews. I'm showing you an illustration right now so that we could all understand the rationale and why we behave and act such ways. Do we have criteria? Do we have a pattern? Why do we buy this? And why do we not buy this? Now, let's look at these several companies that really made a big success just because they really take their time in studying the behavior of their consumers. 1990 was the most challenging year of these luxury brands, but Louis Vuitton, to successfully sell its clutch bag at more than 2,000, their customers need to perceive that there is sufficient value in the handbag to compensate for the high price. Another example is Groupon, which is using the bandwagon effect, which is a collective online buying. What Groupon does is using both the brick and mortar marketing as well as the digital marketing. So they start first with the traditional broadcast, and then this broadcast would lead them to the website, and then people would start clicking and studying these promos. And finally, the age of neuromarketing is here. Among the image that I'm showing to you, which one would you like to sell milk? And the winner is the cow, because according to the study, the source of the product hits deep in our subconscious mind. This is the reason why Joe Malone's campaign and advert is very, very successful, because it triggers a certain positive emotion. And this is really preferred over seeing those couples in a passionate embraces. That's it, and I hope you learned something from this mini vlog. But I think the most important thing is that we realize that marketing is indeed dynamic. It needs a lot of study, it needs to understand certain processes. But as long as you know your consumers, as long as you know your target market, and as long as you know your competitors, everything's gonna be fine along the way, because you already have this mind map, this thinking that this is how it should be, and this is how, and this is where I want to be. So thank you again, everyone, and see you again later. Bye!